on.
Yes, put your phone down.
You're not. No,
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm done with you talking over me. Walk that way.
For what?
Now.
What for? Hold on, hold on. No. You don't need to forcefully. No, hold on.
You're gonna get taken to the ground.
Hold on.
Stop.
Don't do that. Don't do
Stop.
that. Hold on, man.
Stop.
Hold on. Oh, fuck. No, I'm not doing it wrong. Dude.
You can't resist.
I know, but dude, I gave him my ID.
You can't
I know,
resist.
dude, but I gave him my ID.
I know, just stop.
Like, I gave him my ID. Hold on. Hey, can you go tell Amber that I'm being taken, please? Yeah.
Okay.
And my ID is right there. I need my phone.
Just calm down.
Yeah, but like...
It's right here.
On October 10th, 2024, at 9 p.m. in Lowell, Arkansas, Cynthia Sanchez Rosas was driving home when Officer Lachlan Hicks of the Lowell Police Department pulled her over, telling her she was doing 40 miles per hour in a 25 miles per hour zone. Cynthia disputed it immediately. She asked one question, "Where is your proof?" And that single question turned a routine traffic stop into a taser threat, a physical takedown, an arrest, and an impounded car. Both the body camera and dash cam captured every second of it. This is that footage.
Hello. I'm Officer Hicks, Lowell PD. I'm stopping you for doing 40 and a 25.
40 on a 25?
Yes, ma'am.
That's not true.
It is true.
That's not true.
Okay. Do you have your license and insurance?
Do you have the,
Do you have your license and insurance?
I do have my license.
Okay. Please produce it.
Do you have the evidence where I was running 45?
Please produce your license and
Do you
insurance.
have that?
Next time I have to ask, I'm going to arrest you for obstructing governmental operations.
You can't arrest me for
Yes,
that.
I can if you don't identify.
But do you have the...
Okay.
I will.
All Step out. Nope. You wanted to play
Amber?
games.
Hold on.
Nope.
Hey,
You wanted to play
you can't
games.
do that.
Yes, I
Hey,
can.
can't do
You wanted to play games?
No.
Get out.
Hey, you
Get out of the
can't
car.
arrest-
Get out of the car.
No. Hey,
Get out of the
I'm
car.
giving you my-
Get out
I'm
of the car.
giving you my ID.
Get out of the car.
I'm giving you my ID.
$13.94. Get out of the car.
I'm giving you my
Get out of the
ID.
car.
I asked for proof. I'm giving you
Get
my
out of the
ID.
car or you're going to get
don't need
tased.
do that. You don't need
Get
to
out
do
of the
that.
car.
Hold on. You don't need to do
13,
that.
I got one trying to block me from the seatbelt.
I'm not trying to block you from the
She wouldn't let me
seatbelt,
get her
but,
out. She's just not listening to instructions. She's probably about to get tased.
No.
Get out.
You don't need to tase me, dude.
Get out.
Hold on.
Get out now.
Hold on. You don't need to tase me, though.
Get out.
And I'm coming back to work,
Get out.
man.
Get
You
out.
don't need to tase me. Hold
Get
on.
out.
Officer Hicks pulls over Cynthia Sanchez Rosas, claiming 40 in a 25. Cynthia's immediate response, "That's not true." Officer Hicks believed he had reasonable suspicion of a speeding violation, a lawful basis for a traffic stop. Cynthia disputed the speed from the very first second and wanted proof before complying. Reasonable suspicion, an officer needs articulable facts to justify a traffic stop. Speeding observed by an officer can meet this standard, but the exact speed matters legally. Officer Hicks asks for license and insurance. Cynthia asks for proof of the violation first. That exchange, less than 60 seconds, is where everything starts to fall apart. Officer Hicks saw non-compliance as obstruction, a refusal to cooperate with a lawful order. Cynthia believed she had the right to see evidence before complying, a reasonable instinct, but not how the law works in this situation. Arkansas Code 27-16-601. During a lawful traffic stop, a driver is legally required to produce their license upon demand. This obligation is not conditioned on the officer first proving the violation. If you are ever pulled over, produce your license immediately. Disputing the reason for the stop on the side of the road does not work in your favor. Comply first. Challenge it in court later. That is where you actually win. Within seconds, Officer Hicks threatens arrest for obstructing governmental operations. Then comes a taser warning. Officer Hicks believed taser deployment was authorized by departmental policy for non-compliance with an exit order.
Walk back this way.
Hang up the phone, though.
13, she's out.
Hold on.
Yes, put your phone down.
You
You're not.
don't- no,
Shut
I-
up.
I just
Shut
need to
up.
talk-
Shut up. I'm done with you talking over me. Walk that way.
For what?
Now.
What for? Hold on. No. You don't need to forcefully. No, hold on.
You're going to get taken to the ground.
Hold on.
Stop.
Don't do that. Don't do
Stop.
that. Hold on, man.
Stop.
Hold on. Oh, fuck. No, I'm not
Get on
doing
the ground.
it wrong. Dude.
You can't resist.
I know, but dude, I gave him my ID.
You can't resist. You
I
can't
know,
resist.
dude, but I gave him my
I
ID.
know, just stop.
Like, I gave him my ID. Hold on.
I know, just stop.
Hey, can you go tell Amber that I'm being taken, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my ID is right there. I need my phone.
Just calm down.
Yeah, but like, I know, but like, I gave him my ID. I asked him for proof that I was going 45 on a 30, which I wasn't.
You made that way bigger than it needed to be.
Yeah, but I was not going 45 on a fucking
Get
30. This is not necessary, man.
113, log 1 resisted.
I was not resisting, dude. I gave you my ID. I was not going 45 on a 30. Dude, I'm getting back to work.
Not anymore, you're not. You're going to Benton County.
Oh my god. Yeah. I was not going 45 on a fucking 30.
You're doing 40 and a 25.
No, you first said 45.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You can FOI the body camera.
Okay. And I asked you for proof.
Cynthia was suspected of a minor traffic violation, made no threatening movements, and was not attempting to flee, making taser use legally questionable. Graham v. Connor, 1989, use of force must be objectively reasonable based on severity of crime, immediate threat to safety, and whether suspect is actively resisting. A minor traffic violation with no safety threat sets a very high bar for force.
You're under arrest.
Okay,
You're under arrest for obstructing government operations.
I was not obstructing
resisting
nothing.
arrest.
I was grabbing my wallet.
And speeding.
I was not speeding either.
Sit down. Your car's also getting impounded. The warning symbol, I worked on the taser. She got out. And then I said, hey, walk over this way. She's like, why? And she's like, I'm not, just argue with me, right? Huh? So I went to keep telling her. She wouldn't listen. And so went to go hands on. She pushed back, tensed up. So still tried to.
Who was the guy?
Security. I tried to armbar. It wouldn't work. She was tensing up because she's a lady. Still trying to go as easy as I can, and she wouldn't. So I leg hooked her, slammed her on the ground.
I saw that part.
Yep. So
what were you saying at first on the radio?
She wouldn't.
Seatbelt or?
Yeah. I went to go. I was like, so you'll see. So I went to go, tell her. Like, hey, I told her the reason for the stop. She was arguing. I wasn't doing 40 and 25. I wasn't doing that. So, yes, you were. So, and then she's like, I want to see it. It's like, no, do you have your license? We went back and forth for a little bit. And then she kept trying to argue about it. And so I was like, all right, get out, right? And so she wouldn't. So I opened her door, went to go get the seatbelt. Well, she blocked me from getting it. And so I was pulling the taser out. I hit the warning. She's like, all right, you don't have to tase me, dude. You don't have to tase me, dude. But then in reality, I could have taser with that one, but it just wasn't.
Hey, the warning worked. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, until we started having to wrestle on the ground.
Oh, yeah, there's that one.
No, I didn't check so.
Okay.
So.
Weird. Did you already get a cut 11?
No.
17 cut 11. Good job.
Thanks.
Did you get speeding, obstruction, resisting?
Yeah. So, question.
Yeah.
And this is, as I understand the policy, I would have been green light to taser. But I want to understand in this specific scenario. So she finally gets out after the warning. I holster the taser. We're talking. She's arguing. I tell her to walk like this way. She refuses to do it. I go to grab her. She pulls away. And I go to grab her again to armbar. She's strong arming it and won't comply at all. But this one, I think I made the right choice.
That's active resistance, which in a situation you could, but like Garcia said, we shouldn't. I mean, you, a female, we shouldn't rely on the taser.
Yeah, exactly.
You can fight her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
But yes, that's active resistance.
Okay. That would fit the policy if somebody was to ask. Okay.
But yeah, that's cool. The warning that actually got her. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. She's like, oh, yeah. You'll see it on the body cam.
Cool.
Yep. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and transport her to Benton County.
Okay. All right.
Officer Hicks later told colleagues the taser warning was to force compliance, not to address a safety threat. That distinction is legally critical. Courts draw a clear line between the two. If an officer orders you out of your vehicle, exit immediately. Pennsylvania v. Mims established that an officer can order any driver out of a lawfully stopped vehicle. Refusing that order creates legal consequences that are very difficult to undo. Cynthia exits the vehicle. But the encounter does not end there. Officer Hicks orders her to walk back. She asks why. Within seconds, a physical struggle, a leg hook, and a takedown to the ground. Officer Hicks described Cynthia as tensing up and strong-arming, which his supervisor later characterized as active resistance justifying force. Cynthia had already handed over her ID and was no longer refusing to comply, making the level of force applied a legitimate question. Cohort v. Smith 2020 plus Tatum v. Robinson 2017, non-compliance and arguing alone do not constitute active resistance. Physical struggling crosses into active resistance, which can justify a higher level of force. Officer Hicks made no attempt to de-escalate before going hands-on. A brief pause to allow Cynthia to respond may have resolved the entire encounter without physical contact. That absence of discretion is the most significant professional failure here. If you are ever in this situation, do not physically resist under any circumstances. Physical resistance carries criminal charges that a courtroom challenge does not. Your strongest weapon is always the camera, not your body. Cynthia Sanchez Rosas was charged with obstructing governmental operations, speeding, and refusal to submit to arrest. Her car was impounded. The outcome of these charges remains unknown. Officer Hicks believed every action he took was within departmental policy and legally justified. A woman who disputed a speeding ticket ended up arrested, physically injured, and facing 3 criminal charges, none of which existed before she asked one question. The side of the road is not a courtroom. Cynthia was legally correct that the speed evidence mattered, but legally wrong about where and how to challenge it. That gap cost her everything in this encounter. After any encounter like this, document everything immediately. File a complaint with Internal Affairs. Request bodycam and dashcam footage through a public records request. And contact a lawyer before your court date. This is how you actually fight back. Officer Hicks had the legal authority to stop Cynthia, demand her license, and order her out of the vehicle. But legal authority and sound judgment are not the same thing. And on this night, one was present, the other was not. A taser threat, a takedown, 3 criminal charges, all because a woman asked one question before handing over her license. At what point does enforcing the law stop looking like the law?